What's up guys and welcome back to a brand new video. Finally, it is time for some Sorare content again. Some of the leagues have been underway for a few weeks already. But yeah, dropping a video for like 2 lineups was not really on the cards for me. Not an ideal situation. So I did do my lineups when it came in the form of shorts pretty much. But starting today we can do him in the normal way again. So we're gonna go for a nice little video. And I can also show you guys what the lineups performed like in the last few weeks. I did record a rewards video earlier, but the file got corrupted, so I thought I'd just update you on the last few weeks and then the plans for this upcoming weekend. Before we do so, please do leave a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't already. We did pass 250 subscribers earlier, and we are just going to try and get as far as we can, really. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into Sorare. Ah, this feels good. This feels good to be back. So obviously, the big thing everyone's talking about this season is hot streaks, and we do try and hit them as well. In multiple leagues. First ever game week for this season. Obviously, the Pro League was the one that started the earliest. The Jupiler Pro League Belgian League. We did get a Brugge stack, as we mentioned in an earlier video when I got my first plans in there for this season. First streak got hit, even though they had a very tricky matchup with playing against Genk. And we had a contender lineup with the River Plate boys. I already had those, didn't have to buy them. This was just a lineup that existed in my gallery already. And yeah, these guys were fucking expensive. Annoying part is that the prices have come down quite a bit already. Because Solis, for example, yeah, 85 if I want to buy him directly off of someone. I paid 150 for him. Thank God I did recoup some of that money already, but yeah, then we have the other ones that still need to recoup as well. Reis didn't perform very well here either. He's actually looking like kind of a miss right now. I did pay quite a bit for him, about 60 euros, I believe. But anyway, so $6 for this streak, $6 for this streak, because we hit both of them in the very first weekend. Then no midweek. Afterwards, we did expand already for the Pro League, because obviously I want to, spread my chances and not bank on one stack hitting week after week after week to hit the streaks. Thankfully, Brugge did do it the second time as well, so we got a tenner here. Because this one actually missed because of Kokobo's error. And again, Reis, not great, but it was better. It was better, I guess. Obviously, Heine in there would have been even better, but we do what happens. Then also we expanded to go for challenger streaks with our Austria stack. Obviously, we do still have our fits from last season. I did have two. I sold one, and then I kept one because having two, not really ideal. Honestly, I could have kept it if I decide to go for a Gala stack or a Salzburg stack and then have a second just absolute banger. It could, it just didn't. Then contender where we got creative, also with the help of Pierre, friend of the channel, who got us a very nice puzzle stack of Dynamo Zagreb, who just got a shit ton of new players from different leagues. Those cards were still in season for a few more weeks. McKenna, I paid €1. Vidovic as well, 1 or 2 euros. Ljubicic, same shit. And it already paid off with the second streak here, which was another $10. And we did also get a Hertha stack in there. And we'll be going through the gallery as well in a little bit. Then midweek we decided to start playing some arena. Because we also had my favorite club I support, FC Utrecht, who are going through the European qualifiers at this moment. Sadly, yeah, this just didn't really pan out. Here we did get some absolute banging scores, but yeah, the Barca's clean sheet just got fucked in the end, which got us away from a card. But I'll take 1k essence, it's completely fine. And then yeah, last weekend was pretty much what was a weekend where we had sort of a normal thing going on again with quite a decent amount of lineups for the start of the season. It's more than I usually have at the start of the season, so we're ahead of my usual curve, which is nice. I did get very pissed off about this though, because I did put in Saibari instead of Joey Veerman, who I also have classic, but there were like transfer rumors because Brentford had put a bid in. I was like, if they fucking accept it, because PSV has been selling like crazy this summer, if they accept it, there's a chance he's not even playing. So I moved Kathleen to the second lineup. Fuck! And I put in Saibari in the forward spot instead of Veerman. I could have also put Pepe in there, which would have been even worse because he ended up DMPing. But yeah, Saibari pretty much the only front player for PSV who didn't do anything in their 6-1 victory, which is annoying because it would have definitely been an extra amount of cash had I put him in there in the original formation. I would have had a tenner because then obviously I would have also had Kathleen instead of Hormans, which is another 30-point difference. So I would have been fucking almost 500 points. Possibly even more because I would have been very inclined to captain Joey Veerman as well. Don't know if I would have done it, so I would not calculate those points in. If I did, I could have gone top 15. Anyway, it happens. It's fine. At least we got the streak going. We did get into, I believe, Division 1 or Division 2. Either one of them. We'll see for the upcoming weekend. And then I got so fucking lucky in terms of hot streaks because I was on 398 for the longest time with this team, going for the 400-point stack. Van Aken got a tackle added after that, like after the game had finished, so that was another 3 points. Getting us not only $10 here, but also the $50 hot streak. Whereas this team, it kind of sold. It was looking very well against the, or after the Sint-Truiden game. But then Genk decided to sell against Standaard, so that was not great. We missed the second streak in Challenger because, yeah, Austria just delivered a shit performance. Malone also having to come off the bench did not help. Fiets didn't do much. Kjærgaard was amazing. Captaining Kjærgaard would have gotten the streak, obviously, but yeah. It wasn't meant to be. Contender. We also got lucky as fuck here. We were looking so good after the Zagreb game, which was already on Friday evening. Looking very, very, very amazing. I was like, okay, definitely hitting this streak. Shaqiri is a banger. He's a captain. I don't need much from him. I didn't get much from him because before I knew it, Basel were 2-0 down, and I was not even hitting the streak with the score Shaqiri had at that time. Fucking luckily, he did get some AA back in the second half, because otherwise I would have been very screwed. It would have been fucking terrible. But yeah, 402, which got us another $50 streak. So last weekend was actually a very good yield with, well, in total $116. $10 cash price, $6 streak in the Eredivisie, and then the $50 streak twice. So that was a very good yield. Also a lot of essence, which I used to obviously craft some players. I did sell most of them already. I did get, for example, I got Max Meerdink from AZ, who I already sold, because there's no way I'm using him, but that's another $10 again. And let's see. Yeah, Hertha, I'm not sure about them yet. They have one of the better teams in the second Bundesliga. Neubauer as an outsider, really. I do have extra cards as well. I have Dardai, for example, that I can still use. And I'm looking to still get Kovnachki. I'm not getting him this week though because they're not playing. I do have €16 left. To be honest, if I don't get any other cards before this weekend starts, I will get Kovnachki because probably his price is down quite a bit now. I got pissed here with the Paulo Diaz DMP. Um, because besides that, they're very decent scores. I knew Karaman wasn't fit yet, but I also knew there was a very good chance he'd get onto the pitch at least, and you never know. He doesn't need a lot of time to get a decisive or whatever. So there was still some promise, but it got fucked with the Diaz DMP basically. So anyway, we're off to a very decent start for this season. Because we've yielded quite a bit already. Obviously not as much we put in. Um, if you count the total amount, obviously I did sell pretty much my entire gallery in terms of what I had already from last season and seasons before that. And I did put that and then a little bit of a redeposit in for the cards for this season. Then this midweek, yeah, I mean, the Brugge defense, yeah, okay, cool. 600 essence, still fucking take that. Feats fucking sold again. I don't know what's happening with Austria now these last few games, but they're all I got in Challenger anyway, so I'm definitely playing them. And then Kathleen, I'm recording this on Friday. Match was yesterday. The day before that, apparently, he got injured in training. He's going to be out a couple weeks. I did put him in, though, and that DMP'd me, which is annoying because I could have done a lot of things differently. Engvanda conceded the pen late on in the game when everything was decided already. So that also fucked up the clean sheet here. And that cost me quite a bit of essence because I probably would have won this arena, which is not ideal. Anyway, for this upcoming weekend, there's a struggle because the second Bundesliga is not playing. Because the German league is starting off the cup. They're starting off the cup matches. So for contender, I had to puzzle a bit. We'll get to contender later though. First off, Jupiler Pro League, 2 lineups. This is what we're going with. I did get in a Matte Smets with the yield I had from last weekend. Simply because Rice hasn't been performing. Just hasn't been great. And well, because of that reason, I need someone in there that can go along with these fucking bangers here. And hopefully get those 420 points, because if they do, that's $200. If I get $200, I can use that to probably expand in the Eredivisie. But we'll see what happens. What the fuck are these percentages? Okay, I need to have a look at this, because obviously I do know that I played yesterday, but we'll have a look at that soon. So yeah, this is just the main lineup that's most weeks will consist of these exact 5. And then the great thing is we have the 6% bonus here, and there's some very decent matchups in there. Patrice and Kokobo are just a very good stack overall defensively, and they're playing La Louvière, the team that came up from the 2nd division. Heine and Steukers are playing Leuven, which is a very favorable matchup. And then I have a choice to go for Reis or Sabbe. I decided to go for Sabbe. He has been playing more and more because I think he's been coming back from an injury as well. And the fact that he is very likely now to start, just makes it a good fit. Because it looks like it looks like I'm also underneath the 260 cap, which means 6% bonus, which means if they do bang, there's a very good chance that I can get those 420 points. Reis has been improving, so I could also put Reis in there as the 5th. But I don't think it's the way to go. Titraoui against Antwerp, I don't like that matchup. Vetlis could also be a starter, to be honest. Same for Siket. Onyedika will most likely start. He is just not a huge scorer usually. Whereas Sabbe, he kind of is if he plays. So I'm taking the gamble on Sabbe here. And now I'm going to Sorare Insight because this is some bullshit. And I need to see what is happening with these Eredivisie lineups. Updated 8 minutes ago, Utrecht. What the fuck? So let me see. The general expectation is that he will likely start again with Blake moving on to the bench. The rest of the lineup is expected to remain the same. Yeah, I don't know what this is, man. Everyone has a locked in starter, blah blah blah. Wings are settled, yeah, cool. Okay, this is pretty much still what. Sorry, the dog is kind of making a bit of noise every now and then. I mean, I get it, I get why, but don't, I don't agree. The thing is, the trainer has said, the manager, he has said that the league is the number one priority, and they have already clinched European football for this season. Because even if we lose the final qualifier, we are at least in the Conference League group stage. So we have European football no matter what. So I don't think he is going to be rotating. At least he's not going to be rotating that much. So yeah, there's no way. There's no fucking way. So yeah, I'm not having this. Did it? No way. Barkas is in there. El Karouani. Only if El Karouani gets a move is the only way he's not starting, in my opinion. Veselund instead of Horemans. This, I might actually buy this one. This change. I wouldn't be surprised. Engwanda Zegiel locked. Blake has been playing very well. Locked. Rodriguez returning from an injury, so honestly might not be. He might not start because he is still coming back from the injury. I don't think it will be Demirdson. If Rodriguez doesn't start, it will be Jonathans. Jensen with his form right now, we still have this shit happening at the striker position. Like none of them can really score. And Min being injured, Jens has been pretty much the biggest goal threat for us so far this season. So he is not benching him. So I'm leaving it like this. The only thing is, I might put Blake over to here and put Veerman in instead of Engwanda. Simply because I think Veerman is a more safe starter. Yeah, I'm doing that. Fuck it. I'll leave Pepe out for one more week. Put in Rodriguez. Actually, I don't have to use Blake there. And then Joey Veerman. You know what? Fuck it. I'm captaining him. Watch him play like shit. Watch him play like shit now. So I'm doing it like this. So yeah, that's the Eredivisie sorted then. And hopefully I am right about this. And he doesn't rest them all. Obviously, we also do have a later deadline, I believe, for the Eredivisie. Let me double check that. Oh fuck, we don't. Oh shit, that's messed up. Because on the FC Utrecht YouTube channel, there's always a match preview where the manager always goes over the squad updates, also concerning squad fitness. So this might change. This might change. If I get that update seen in time before the deadline, I might have to change a lot of Utrecht stuff. I do almost have the complete collection, so I can also go for some changes. Although I do also have some of them sealed, which is not ideal. Okay, then Austrian. This also changed because a few minutes ago, when I put him in before recording, Handel was at 90% to start. Oh shit. Okay, so Dragovic and Handel are both injured. Shit. Yeah, that's not ideal. So I need another defender. Let me get someone in here right now. In Pavlotic. A very decent score when he plays, to be honest. But I don't have time for this because I also have to be at work in a bit. I am buying Pavlotic on Instabuy. I usually don't do this. By the way, I also don't recommend it. But desperate times call for desperate measures. Okay, quickly do some spins as well. First time on this channel. Country clue, country clue. Ah, fuck. Okay, XP. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. Second one, give me some essence or market credits. And we miss, of course. Type. Okay, by the way, before that, I need to double check my XP. Because I do have, yeah, okay, I have 1100 XP left. I mean, it's giving away a little bit what I'm going to be doing. But I have to. Because it's some extra points on all of them. Let's get back to the lineups now. View my lineups. Austria win. And instead of Handel, then I'm gonna put in Pavlotic. There we go. Makes me feel safer. I mean, they're playing Losk anyway. I'm not expecting a whole lot. Kiergaard should play, by the way, because the qualifiers are just done for Salzburg. They don't have to play anymore. They lost against Brugge. I'm pretty sure they have no more qualifiers to play. Or am I in the wrong? Am I wrong? No, it's just Champions League qualifiers. So there's no reason for Utrecht to rotate then, because I thought there'd be a Europa League qualifier next week. But apparently it's not next week, meaning that they have a complete week off after this, so I think they should be fine. A contender. I did get an extra stack, which is Sunday Chen, very decently priced. Simply because, well, contender's cheap, I guess. And I spent around 60 bucks for the stack. Did overspend a few bucks here and there so I could get them on auction. Like if the difference isn't that big, I'm willing to do that simply because it gets the spins, and there's a chance for that. But big differences, I will obviously just get them from the secondary market or whatever. Like David Tashvili on auction, he's going for like 17 euros, and secondary market there was one on there for a tenner. There's a little bit of a thing going on with Stassen and Davidashvili. Apparently both of them want to leave, but I think they'll still be playing, and I hope they stay, because they should be a powerhouse if they do stay. And if they go, I just hope they're not going somewhere that's not covered. Anyway, the Zagreb stack is back. I had to renew him with the yield I got from last weekend, because that puzzle stack doesn't work anymore. It's not in season anymore. So I had to get some new boys in. I did not go for the exact players I had already. I went for some of the bangers. So Valincic, Misic. I did get McKenna back. I did get Vidovic back, but all of a sudden the prediction is only 60% to start. It is going to be a bit of a gamble, but if he doesn't start, at least he will be coming off the bench. But I do still think he'll start. It's weird to make him lose a spot right after he scored one of the goals to win. So I think Vidovic is going to start anyway, and this is going to be a very solid lineup. For some reason, Montiel is at 40% to start. Probably because it did say that River Plate lost their last match, meaning there's a very good chance that he could be rotated. Taking the gamble on here anyway. I think Davitashvili is playing Cecilia, very tough matchup, but he's been on great form recently again, so he could bang in any game. Got Ljubicic back as an in-season version. So yeah, he was basically left out of this squad, and I moved him here. The only thing I could possibly do is put Cecilia in Vidovic's spot. But then again, they are playing the league leaders, so it's going to be a tricky one anyway. Contender is very tough for this weekend with obviously the second Bundesliga not being there. Which, yeah, just makes it hard. I just got to hope that I get lucky. And then, yeah, as I said, the Sunday Champ boys are still there. I'm not playing Statsen because of, well, him not being 100% nil to start. And obviously with the shit happening that he could be like leaving and stuff, I could put him in instead of Mofek, which would probably increase the strength of the stack because Stassen did actually train with the entire with the group for the entire week, which makes it very tricky now. And he is projected 70% to start. I'm not fluent in French, but I kinda understand what's happening here. Like David Tashvili and Stassen both train like normally, and yeah, could they get a place already in the starting 11? That is. But also Stassen has been absent from training. Okay, so that is okay. It just makes it tricky. I'm leaving Stassen out anyway. And looking at these scores, it might actually be a very good move to play an offensive stack from Sunday Channel up with possibly like the River defensive stack. So that's an option to think about for future weeks. This is what we're going to be chasing the streaks with. Let me know what your lineups are, by the way, and also what you would do in my situation. Would you play this, or would you do it a different way if you were to, for example, look at my gallery with a lot of the players that I do have in there. Obviously, for example, the Utrecht rotation possibility right now is just there. But I'm deciding against it. We'll see what happens. It could be a great weekend. It could also turn into an absolute fucking dumpster fire. But that's Sorare, that's football. That can pretty much happen every week. But this looks like a little bit of extra risk if you could put it that way. Anyway, thanks for watching. And again, do leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in the next one. Later.